Favors, it's Kristin, and I have some favorites for you. So I really was going to try to do monthly favorites again, but I feel like just kind of the way my life has changed over the past year, I don't always have different favorites every month. So these are my current favorites for May of 2018. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in and get started. So the very first thing I have to tell, it's kind of random because it was a little sample, but I'm absolutely going to purchase this, and I'm just really stunned at how soft my skin feels after using this. This has got to be one of the best body scrubs I've ever used in my life. So it's the Dove Exfoliating Body Polish, and I'm assuming it's in the stores. I don't know, but I've had this sample sitting on my shelf for quite some time, and I grabbed it a couple days ago. I used half of it a couple days ago, and then I used half of it again this morning, and I was like, you know what, I have got to put this in my favorites. It's amazing. It smelled really good. It made my skin really soft, and it's you know, sometimes when you do an exfoliation, I feel like it feels soft for a while, and then later in the day it kind of feels like you didn't do anything. This one, you can feel that extra softness throughout the day, and I really like it. So I wanted to give that a mention. All right, foundation, and I will do a full review on this soon for you guys if you're interested. This is the Forever, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm assuming some people will be interested. It's the Dior Forever Undercover 24-Hour Full Coverage Foundation. And it is what I'm wearing today. It's in the shade 14. This really is very long wearing. It gives just the nicest full coverage without looking like you've got a pile of makeup on top of your face. It becomes part of your skin and covers all at the same time. I absolutely love this. I know some people go more sheer in the winter, in the summer, but you know, I like a full coverage all the time. And I will show you, my next favorite is what I've been setting that with. You don't have to set it. From the testing things that I've done so far, at least for me with my dry skin, I don't have to set it. But if I top it with the Dior, these are some things I purchased when I was in Atlanta. Capture Total Powder Foundation. I'm in the shade 20. It just gives this perfect, flawless skin look. And when I look at it in the mirror, I don't feel like I'm looking at the mirror here, and I don't feel like it looks like I have makeup on my face. It's absolutely stunning. I'm really a big fan of that. All right, so for blush, it's a next blush, and then the next item is a rediscovered as well. This is the Benefit Rockateur. Again, it's what I'm wearing today. I do have a highlight on the top of that that I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. But I know that this has been talked to death. But if you have this and haven't pulled it out, pull it out. It just has it goes with almost every single look. For me and my particular skin tone type, it becomes part of the skin. It gives a little bit of flush. You definitely don't have to use a highlight. I just did because I have been. And I don't know, it really puts life into your cheeks. If you want to just be able to throw something on quickly and you don't have to work too hard to blend and that sort of thing, it's not too pigmented. It's not pigmented enough. It's lovely, and if you haven't used this in a while, pull this back out. I think it's important for favorites to include things that are new and also things that are in your collection that you can shop your stash for. So wanted to give that a shot. I do have some fails, by the way. I usually try to do those at the beginning, but I guess we'll have them at the end this time. Okay, so for highlight, the highlight that I've been pairing with this is the Becca in Rose Gold. And this, I'm going to put some of it on here. On my skin. So if you do it, that's a double swatch. It obviously can look like a blush. But if you use that with a fan brush, like the Goss fan brush, and just really put it on your skin, it just, I can see that in the hopefully what I'm seeing in the viewfinder you guys are seeing, it just adds the most pretty little glow. And let me give you a swatch of the Rockateur in case you've never seen it swatch. You can obviously see it on my cheeks, but what's funny is that they look like they wouldn't go together, but I'm telling you, they really do. Clearly, they do. All right, let's move on to eyes. This is another rediscovered product. This was a product that was sent to me by my friend, Shawano, and she got it in her lucky bag. She got it in her lucky bag, and she was like, I don't think I'll really use it. I have these shades and that sort of thing. And I was like, oh, thanks. And I used it a couple times, loved it, and then it went in my drawer. Well, I pulled it out. I can't tell you how many times over the past few months I have used this. And it's the Makeup Atelier Paris Quint, and it's in the shade Honey Brown, or the name of it is in Honey Brown, and I've been wearing this over and over and over again. I did a look on live with it. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. You can do something very simple. I amped this up a little bit today. I tend to amp up my eyes a little bit when I'm going to pull my hair back. But for the most part, all I've been doing is this all over the lid, this in the crease, and then that to deepen up the crease. And it's just a pretty warm, you know, some people don't like a warm look. I do like a warm look. And you wouldn't think that there's enough difference between this shade and this shade, but there really is. And then if you want to, those are the 3 shades in the middle there. And then if you really want to kick it up a notch, you can add the brown. It has some glitter in it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see there, but it's one of those ones that for all intents and purposes, when you put it on, it really acts like a matte. And then on the inner corner and just up underneath my brow bone, I've been adding this pretty kind of white gold, I would call it. It's such a pretty quality. And the quality of these shadows is, I feel like it's Wayne Goss that talks about these a lot, if I remember correctly. And he's right. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Not that Quint in particular he talks about, but I'm wiping this off with my hand so I don't get all over me. But the Makeup Atelier shadows, they're very blendable, very nice, lovely, absolutely lovely. So, and it's funny, I said, I think it was in the live, that if I didn't have way too many eyeshadows and probably don't need any more Quints, I would probably go in and buy some more and see what other shades they have, and I probably will actually. Let's figure it out. Okay, so I have 2 mascara loves actually to talk about. The first one is such a shock to me. And this is the Butter London Double Decker Lashes. And I say it's a shock to me because I would not have looked twice at this had I walked past it in the store. Because Butter London to me equals nail polish. And it came in a BoxyCharm, and I was like, you know, I have to test it so I can report back from the BoxyCharm. And I absolutely fell in love with this mascara. It has a natural bristle brush, and it's kind of an interesting little shape. I guess not the shape, but the way the bristles are. They're kind of all haphazard and all over the place. But it really does a great job of, this is the mascara I'm wearing today, of pulling your lashes together not pulling them together. Finding all the little lashes and pulling them up and not clumping them together is what I was trying to say. You know what, I don't think I've ever done this in favorites, but I'm gonna zoom you in so that you can see the eyeshadow and see the mascara as well. All right, so hopefully can get a good look kind of at both from this angle. From this zoom in is what I meant. All right, and the other mascara I want to talk about, it was also a surprise to me. And here's why this one was a surprise to me. Because, I have stuff on, I was trying to wipe it off. Because so many people were talking about this, it was sent to a ton of people to do like paid posts and stuff. And some of those people I absolutely trust, and which is why I went ahead and purchased it. But you know, sometimes when things are overhyped, they're exactly that, overhyped. But I ended up really liking this, and it's the Maybelline Total Temptations mascara. And I will show you, again, it's a natural bristle brush, which is my favorite. And this is a really nice job. The double decker, I feel like, adds a lot of volume and some curl to your lash. And the Total Temptation, it separates and adds some length. I don't think it adds as much volume as some of the other ones, but it is really pretty if you want to just, you can go very simply and just get a little bit of, you know, length and separation to your lashes, or you can build it up a little bit and get something a little bit more dramatic. So I was impressed by both of these and wanted to give both of them a mention. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. I think I am gonna do a lip swatch video on these. I can't tell you the last time I was this impressed with a lip product. And what I'm talking about is the Becca Glow Glosses. So I do have Becca was kind enough and sent me the range. Again, they don't do anything but send us the range. They don't tell us what we have to do or don't have to do. So this has nothing to do with the fact that they sent it to me. It just has to do with the fact that I love these glosses. I cannot get enough of them. So the one I'm wearing today is the one in rose gold. And you can wear them with a liner underneath, or you can just wear them on their own. What I like about them is that there's enough pigmentation that you can put them on, and in the summer, this is what I like. I get a little bit of color on my lips, I get a little bit of shine, and it's not gonna go down into your fine lines if you have any. The color won't get into your fine lines if you have any. It will, you know, kind of make your lips look fuller because you have that little bit of gloss. It's just more of an easy breezy summer kind of look, and I'm so happy with these. They are so good. So again, the one that I have on my lips today is rose gold. I've worn this one and opal and then tiger lily the most, and I will do a lip swatch video maybe later today. Who knows? It just depends. Maybe tomorrow. Today is actually the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, so I wanted absolutely for sure. Those were at the top of my list, but I like to kind of go with that. Start with my face and work to my lips when I talk about my favorites. Okay, I have a couple of fails that I want to talk about. So the first one is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is what the product looks like. Every time I have used this, it's primerizer, so it's supposed to be primer and moisturizer. I will still moisturize. And I've done it both ways. I would generally moisturize and then use this later because there's a little bit of time between my skincare when I put my makeup on. And I've tried it without. And every single time, one of my trouble spots where if dry skin's going to show is my chin, it shows that every single time I use this, with or without me using moisturizer beforehand. So I know that some of you guys really like this. I did not in the slightest. Not my favorite. All right, and my last fail is I can't remember who loved this, so I'm sorry for whoever loved this, because I did not at all. This is the Lancome Color Design Single Shade in Sidekick. And I remember being really excited to get this, and then I got it, and there's like no pigmentation to this. This looks like it would be a really pretty lid shade. There's like nothing to this. It's there, I swear, it's there, right there. When you put it on your lid, or at least on my lid, it just disappears. There is nothing there. And this was not inexpensive. But I have to say, I know a lot of people like Lancome, but this being my first experience with one of their eyeshadows, I would not purchase another one. So tell me if this is an anomaly. Maybe there are some that you really like and you know are good. I can't remember who it was that loved this, but I think this is a complete fail. I was really disappointed in that. I was so hoping for that to be something delightful, and it was not. So, all right. I think that is it. Not a lot to talk about this month, but again, kind of the way that things are with me with travel and that sort of thing, I kind of tend to stick to the same thing. So I'm going to try to branch out, try some more things. If you haven't seen my haul video yet, either I'll link it or it's coming up, and you'll see that I got a few products in there. But anyway, cut off my rambling. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and in everything that you do and say, be beautiful. Bye.